What if we told you that a Chinese app, banned in its own homeland, is outraged by potential bans in the United States, partly due to concerns of political meddling? Intriguing, isn't it? Welcome to the ironic world of TikTok, a saga that's as complex as it is captivating. TikTok, a social media app born in the heart of China, finds itself in the midst of a global controversy. Despite being banned in its birthplace, it enjoys widespread popularity across the globe, especially in the United States. However, the irony doesn't stop there. The very nation that embraced this app is now considering a ban, with political meddling being one of the key concerns. This concern stems from the app's Chinese ownership, ByteDance, and the potential threat it poses to national security. It all started back in March of 2024, when the House passed a bill requiring ByteDance to divest from TikTok due to these security threats. This move was primarily fueled by fears of data tracking and influence operations, dating back to the fitness tracker ban by the US military in 2018. Despite such stringent measures, the irony deepens. ByteDance claims that American user data is stored domestically, yet doubts persist. A report by Forbes revealing financial data stored in China only adds fuel to the fire, causing further suspicion and worry. With China's national intelligence law in play, the fear of ByteDance's potential cooperation with Chinese intelligence looms large. However, it's not just about data tracking. The irony takes another twist when we look at influence operations. Picture this: a Chinese app, banned in China, is fretting over potential US bans, while simultaneously wielding influence in American politics. This in a country that values freedom of speech but fears undue influence, especially considering China's track record. Yes, my friends, this is just the beginning of the irony that surrounds the TikTok saga. It's a tale of political intrigue, national security, and global power dynamics, all wrapped up in bite-sized videos and catchy tunese. And as we dive deeper, the plot only thickens. So, buckle up, we're in for quite a ride. The saga deepens when we look into the security threats that led to the US House of Representatives passing a bill requiring TikTok's Chinese ownership to divest from the company. Let's start with data tracking. The concerns surrounding this issue are not new. Cast your minds back to 2018, when fitness trackers were banned by the US military. The fear that these devices could reveal sensitive information about military personnel and operations. Fast forward to 2020, and we see a similar ban imposed on TikTok by the US Army and Navy. India and Taiwan followed suit, all citing security concerns. Now TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, has claimed that American data is stored domestically. However, doubts linger like an unwelcome guest at a party. Why? Well, Forbes revealed that financial data was, in fact, being stored in China. Alarm bells rang out across the digital landscape. This fear is not unfounded. It stems from China's national intelligence law. This law has been the cause of many a furrowed brow in the international community. It raises concerns about ByteDance's potential cooperation with Chinese intelligence. Yes, you heard that right. The fear is that TikTok, this seemingly innocuous app, filled with dance routines and comedy skits, might be a conduit for international espionage. The idea is like a plot straight out of a Hollywood thriller. Yet, it's a concern that can't be easily dismissed. Given the global tensions and the digital arms race that we see unfolding before our eyes, the threat is palpably real. So, as we delve deeper into this saga, we find ourselves in a world where the lines between social media and national security are becoming increasingly blurred. A world where an ape can be seen as a potential Trojan horse, and where data is the new frontier in international relations. And so, the fear of potential cooperation with Chinese intelligence looms large. Adding another layer of irony is the concern about influence operations. Picture this: a Chinese app, banned in its own country due to censorship, is now center stage in American politics. Seems odd, right? Well, that's the reality we're grappling with in this digital age. Now, the US is no stranger to the influence of foreign entities. The country values freedom of speech and is a melting pot of ideas from all corners of the globe. But the fear here isn't about the exchange of ideas. Rather, it's about undue influence. That's where TikTok comes into play. TikTok, despite being under the umbrella of its Chinese parent company, ByteDance, operates under a different guise within China. The version we see here in the US is a far cry from its Chinese counterpart, Douyin, which is subject to China's strict censorship laws. The worry is that TikTok could be used as a tool by the Chinese government to sway public opinion or even disrupt elections in the US. It's a concern not unfounded, given China's track record. But remember, these are just concerns, not proven facts. In a twist of irony, TikTok, which frets over potential US bans, is accused of wielding influence in American politics. As these concerns grow, TikTok seems to be taking on a more active role in US politics. Users were urged to lobby against divestment, with claims that a total ban was impending. And although these claims were misleading, they echoed the very influence campaigns that the US is wary of. In another ironic twist, the app that is accused of meddling in US politics is now actively trying to shape it. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but with a digital twist. The irony is palpable and a little unsettling. A Chinese app, banned in China, not only fears US bans but is also accused of influencing US politics. And in an attempt to refute these accusations, it seems to be doing just that, influencing US politics. Ironically, TikTok seems to be attempting to sway US politics, while also standing accused of influencing it. As the divestment debate rages on, the irony continues to build. Amidst the uproar, TikTok users were prompted to lobby against the proposed divestment. But here's the twist. The arguments against the divestment were often misleading, with many users under the false impression that a total ban was imminent. This action, ironically, mirrored the very influence campaigns that the US is wary of. Now let's delve into the legislative dance that's been taking place. The bill, which mandates TikTok's Chinese ownership to step away, was passed by the House on March 13th. You might think that such a bill would face strong opposition, but the reality was far from it. The bill actually enjoyed bipartisan support, showing that concerns over national security can, indeed, bridge political divides. But the political choreography isn't over yet. The bill still needs to be approved by the Senate and then signed into law by the President. A daunting task, considering the polarized political climate. Speaking of presidents, let's shift our focus to the presidential politics surrounding this issue. The initial push for TikTok's divestment came from former President Trump, but his efforts were met with a series of legal hurdles. On the other hand, President Biden, who interestingly has a TikTok account, seems inclined to sign the bill if it reaches his desk. It's quite the political conundrum, isn't it? The political landscape is indeed curious, with the candidate without TikTok opposing divestment while the one with TikTok supports it. It's almost as if the politicians are dancing to the tune of TikTok's irony. So, as we wait for the next move in this high-stakes game, one thing is clear. The TikTok saga is a riveting tale of irony, politics, and power, and the dance is far from over. The aftermath of forced divestment remains uncertain, with a final twist of irony. Indeed, we're stepping into uncharted territory. Picture this. ByteDance, the parent company of TikTok, is left scrambling to find a buyer, and it's not an easy sell. Given TikTok's sky-high valuation and the looming shadow of antitrust concerns, potential buyers might be hesitant to jump in. It's like trying to sell a mansion that's rumored to be haunted. Sure, it's desirable, but would you want to deal with the potential troubles that come with it? But here's where it gets interesting. The US has been trying to keep data out of China's hands, right? Well, ironically, This divestment might just kick open the doors for more data extraction. It's akin to a cat and mouse game, where the mouse unwittingly invites the cat into its own dwelling. Imagine the US's surprise when its move to protect data could potentially end up promoting the very thing it seeks to prevent. This whole saga is a testament to how the digital world is reshaping geopolitics. It's no longer just about land, resources, or military might. Now, data is the new battleground, and control over it can shift the balance of power. And as ByteDance is forced to divest from TikTok, it's not just about a social media app anymore. It's about the escalating tensions between two superpowers, both vying to protect their interests in this digital age. And so, we're left with a final twist of irony. The very act of divestment, aimed at curbing data extraction and undue influence, could end up exacerbating the behaviors it sought to deter. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. The intentions might be good, but the outcome? That's a different story. In this digital age, the divestment risks exacerbating the very behavior it seeks to deter, underscoring the complexities of geopolitics. If you enjoyed unraveling these ironies, remember to hit like, share, and subscribe for more. Until next time, take care.